Hi guys, it's Kai here and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. I am like on a roll recently with wanting to build. I think I talked about this briefly in my other video about like how I didn't feel like building for the longest time, and now all of a sudden I'm like, yes, I want to build. I'm doing it. But also this is another build for my save file that I said I wasn't going to announce, but clearly I'm going to talk about in every build video that I'm doing because all my build videos from here on out are most likely going to be for my save file. So there's that. That's just, I don't know, that's just how this is going to work. But again, with my save file, I'm not trying to do this quickly. I'm just kind of taking my time. I'm doing it as I feel. It's, you know, it's casual. It's really casual. So don't expect it anytime soon. Just enjoy the builds because I am sharing them to the gallery as I finish them. So it's not like you have to wait for my save file to be able to have access to the builds. But, you know, they're there. You can get the builds if you want them, or you can wait for the save file, which I don't know if I talked about this. I think I did. I think I briefly talked about how I'm doing the save file, or how I want to do the save file, which is that I'm not only making builds, but I'm redoing all of the sims that are in the worlds too. So I'm keeping like the main sims, like the Goth family and stuff like that. I'm keeping what I consider to be like the main important people, and then I'm like giving them makeovers and stuff, but I'm also putting in new families. So for example, this house has a single dad and a teenage son, and they also have a dog. I don't remember the dog's name, but I remember the people's names, but I'm not going to tell you just because I want you guys to find out. But that's just the general gist of this house, is that it's a single dad. It's just him and his teenage son. And recently is when the mom left. She actually is living in the city now. But that's why it's gonna look like kind of strangely decorated, because the son's room and then like kind of the main floor looks finished, whereas like the father's room looks completely undone, just because in my mind I was like building the story of, you know, the mother just left. She maybe recently redid the kitchen or something like that in the main floor, but when she left, she took, you know, a lot of, you know, furniture with her. So in the main, like the master bedroom, it's just kind of like white, it's empty. You know, he's got just like a bed and some side tables because he didn't have anything left and he hasn't bought anything yet. So that's kind of the story that I was building up in my head. And as I was building this, I was trying to keep it in a certain budget, but that didn't happen. I just kind of completely forgot that I had a budget, and I was, you know, going hog wild with it because I had this story start to come up in my head, and I was like, oh my god, I have to make it look like this. I have to make it look a certain way. So I think it worked out pretty well. I am not 100% happy with the way the outside looked, because I did have a inspiration picture that I was working off of, and it was like this really pretty green and white New Orleans like condo house thing. It was tall like this, like the shape of the house worked out perfectly, but the colors I wasn't like super happy with, and the doors and windows I really am not happy with either, and I don't know why, because I don't know, there's something about them that I don't like, and I struggled with this on the first build I did here too that you can kind of see around the corner. I just didn't like the windows and the doors. I don't know what it is about the windows and the doors that I'm struggling so much with for this like style house, but I did the best that I could. And whenever I got inside, like, you really can't tell the windows anyway. And I mean, do people pay that much attention to the windows? I don't know. I feel like they don't. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, and I also wanted to point out that normally at the end of my videos I put in screenshots of the build, but until they fix the bug that makes blurry screenshots, I can't. I can't do it. I took screenshots of it and I'm like, I don't like it. It doesn't look good. Like, when I saw people complaining on Twitter about the blurry screenshots, I was like, you know what? It can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. So I took screenshots, and then when I went to go put them into this video at the end and I looked at them, I was like, oh my god, they are that bad. Like, people are not kidding. So I will not be putting screenshots in any of my videos until they fix that. So I'm sorry. You just have to download the house if the gallery's working. That's another thing. Oh god, I hate that the gallery's not working, because I was really excited about the way that they fixed it, because it looked a lot nicer. It seemed a lot more, you know, user-friendly. It seemed to focus more on the creators versus like who was popular, but it's just not working and it's driving me nuts. Like, I just opened up my game because I wanted to go in and see if I could take screenshots and get better ones, but Nope, screenshots were still screwed. And the gallery wasn't working at all. Like, I could see my library, but I could not see anything in the gallery. No matter what I did, no matter where I looked, no matter who I looked under, the gallery just said there was nothing. And I don't know what to do about that, because it seems like nobody there, it's not down or anything. None of the sim gurus were saying it was down, so I don't know. I hope they fix it soon, because like I said, I really think that they're making some good improvements to the gallery, and I think it's super helpful because the gallery was lacking. The gallery has been there since day one, and it worked. I mean, it did work, but it didn't work in a way that was useful for newer simmers or simmers who didn't have as many followers, because it really seemed to only promote big creators, whether they were like big content creators or just gallery creators, whoever. It only promoted big creators. And I know recently, when they updated it, it was also filtering in a way that only supported larger creators, which still sucks, but they mentioned that they were working on that, or like trying to figure out ways to fix that, or like change the sorting methods or something just to fix that. So I know that they're trying. They really are trying. And it hurts my heart sometimes to see people be so mean to the gurus, because they are doing their best, guys. I mean, seriously, I understand that not everything they do is going to be something that you want. A lot of people were unhappy with the gallery update, but I was one of the ones that was super excited about the gallery update. I just wish it would actually work. And I think there's a way to criticize something, like support something and criticize something in a meaningful way. So just posting on Twitter or posting all over the place that this update sucks, like this is so pointless, why did we do this? Or, you know, the sim gurus suck, they're not listening to us. Like, don't do that. That's not helpful. That is not helpful. Like, I understand if you're not happy with everything they do, but go about it in a meaningful way. Explain, say like, hey, this isn't what I personally was looking for. Here are some suggestions on what I would like in my game to make it more fun for me. So just do it in a nice way. Be nice. They're people too. I know just because we're hiding behind a screen doesn't mean that, you know, you can be rude. Unless you're rude in real life, then maybe that's just you. I have no idea. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Technically, you don't know me either. You don't have to listen to me if you don't want to, but just some suggestions. Just a little rant, because every time there's a new patch, a new update, a new, you know, anything, literally new anything, everyone goes wild. You have half the people loving it and half the people hating it. And I hate seeing people be rude to other people. And that goes for not only the gurus, but for just people in general. For any creator, don't be mean. Just don't be mean. If you don't like something, do it in a nice way. Mention it in a nice way. You don't have to be rude. It's all good. But anyways, maybe I should actually talk about this build a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I talked about everything. Like, what else is there to talk about? Oh, you did see me. It's already passed at this point, so you might have to go rewind and see it. But that season's painting, between the two of them, it was like slightly shifted. So that's why I went back and forth like a couple times, because I was like, what the heck? And I was just kind of fascinated by the fact that it was weird like that. I don't know. But yeah, so with the layout of this house, I wanted to keep it, I actually really liked, at the very beginning of the video, you saw that I kept the shape of the house. I just made it 2 stories, and I made it, I didn't change the bottom floor like at all. I just made it 2 stories, and I made the walls taller, because it just happened to work out. I planned on completely demolishing this lot, but whenever I found my inspiration picture, I saw it and I was like, oh my god, this will work perfectly. All I have to do is just make it a little bit taller. And it worked out. Worked out pretty well. I did look at it for a while, trying to figure out where I was going to put rooms and stuff. That you didn't see because I did it off camera. Obviously, you're not going to want to sit there and see a screen not moving. That's not fun. But I ended up with this layout, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. I like where, you know, the kitchen is, how it's kind of tucked in, and I think it works pretty well, like, functionality-wise. And I have play tested this, so I want to say the bathroom, the upstairs bathroom, the master bathroom, the upstairs master bathroom, I did have to redesign a little bit from this video. So in this video, it's going to look one way, but in, you know, if you go to download it, it's going to look a little different, just because for some strange reason, there was like a routing issue with that, that shower. So I don't know, because I've laid bathrooms out like this before, like in this exact same layout, and it works just fine. But for some reason, whenever I went to go play test it, it didn't work. Like, no matter what I did, it didn't work. So I think I just flipped it all to the other side. It still has all the, you know, the same pieces in it. I just moved them around a little bit to make sure that it actually worked. So I think for the most part, though, everything's pretty good. Everything worked spatially, I believe. I'm pretty sure, if I can remember correctly. It's been so long since I've built this. I'm so sorry. Oh god, I'm so behind. I'm so behind. It's my bad. That's why I said don't expect this save file for a long time, because I've literally only built, I think it's just these 2 lots that I've done so far. Oh god. And I've been talking about this for like a month now. Oh goodness. But I have plans. I have plans. I actually have an entire, you can't see it, and you're never gonna see it. But I have all of the worlds printed out on a piece of paper, and I was like taking notes on them to figure out like where I wanted to put houses, what kind of sims I wanted in them, and what kind of pricing I wanted it to be. And I'm excited. I'm really excited for this save file, because I've seen a lot of people do save files, and as per usual, I see someone do something and I'm like, I would do it differently. And then it just bothers me, so I decided to do it myself differently. So that's what I'm doing. I've seen people do save files, and I'm doing it a little bit differently. And I have plans, and I think they're good plans. I don't know. You tell me. You're probably going to tell me my plans suck, but you don't really know my plans yet either. And you're not going to know my plans. This is going to take me a long time. Oh my god. I really need to get moving. I need to make this quicker. Guys, encourage me to build. Oh, and again, I asked in the last video what kind of builds you would like to see, what kind of sims that you would like to see. I know I got suggested that some cottages and cabins. I definitely have plans for those. I just don't know where to put them yet. I'm definitely going to have some in the vacation worlds, but I kind of want to have some maybe in Windenburg too, like some cabiny looking, maybe modern like cabin things. I don't know. And then also I got suggested to make sure there's diversity in the Sims, and I 100% agree with that. I plan on that. That's been a plan since day one. I 100% plan to do that. So I want them more like the diversity in Sims. I want them more than just in the city living world. I'm gonna put them all over the place. I know that a lot of the worlds seem to be a little whitewashed. I'm very aware of that, and I want to change that because I don't think that's fair to everybody. So I don't want to just stick all the diverse Sims in a city living world and be like, it's all about culture. Like, no, they're everywhere. So I plan on doing that. I do plan on doing that. Don't worry. I got you covered. But yeah, any other suggestions for houses or types of Sims that you want to see? Maybe I'll even use some Sims that you guys have created if you think that's a good idea. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave this video here. And as always, leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye!